is not in any way sponsored. As you read by the title, this relates to it because this is something that you can bring, something that is not necessary, but something that's definitely a nice treat, and it's rather inexpensive. It is the Smucker's Uncrustable. It is in no way brand new, but it is something that has saved a couple minutes if you want to make, you know, some peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just make one of these, or just thaw this and you have a nice treat right here. Yes guys, today I'm making my first not tutorial, but like a college related video, not like a vlog, but where I actually sit down and talk about a topic that I feel is very interesting. So today's video, tips on moving into the dorm or into the apartment. Now this goes for freshmen, it can also go for sophomores like me, and it can go for seniors, it can go for really anybody out there. One of the biggest things is to not overpack. You know, overpacking on really anything, it's a bad idea. You don't want to overpack, especially on clothing, because when you do want to go home and you brought too many things to school, going back you're not going to have much to wear, and that would just suck. I think that was one mistake I had, you know, when I went home on the weekends, which is something I used to do a lot. It's really not that big of a hassle, you know. I mean, it takes maybe like 5 minutes to pick out what you want to wear for those 2 days. I recommend bringing in some boxes, like maybe some old cardboard boxes. You can label them, and it's a lot easier to disassemble everything and set your room up. Another thing doesn't really have to do with moving in, but I feel is a very important tip, and that is talking to your roommates before you actually get there and tell them your preferences. They could be really anything, you know, like privacy times, I guess. Maybe if you are in a room, you're doing something that, you know, you don't want them to just walk in on. Maybe have some sort of sign right there. You know, if you're like recording music or something, you know, you don't want to be bothered, so just do that. Another tip is making sure you have an abundant amount of groceries, not just frozen stuff. I know it's really easy to get hung up on convenient things like packaged foods, frozen foods. Try to also have some healthy options and some homemade, you know, homemade things you can do by yourself, like making homemade burritos. You can look up a recipe online. And finally, my last tip is to have a shower caddy. So that's a compartment where you can put all your shower supplies, like a toothbrush, toothpaste, shaver, anything, you know, like a hairbrush, you know, anything that belongs to you that you use in the bathroom. That's really nice, because if your roommates are sharing all these things, it can get very dirty.